transform followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. We hope that this message is a blessing to you as you advance your life and discover your purpose. Now, let's go into the message.
Let's talk about understanding the power of fasting. Now, has a capacity big enough. When he begins to flow, every demon that was holding back will be swept away by the power of God flowing through a fasted life. Are you ready to fast? Say yes. Fasting is the most powerful force in prayer. It widens your pipe, it cleans out all the dirt, it wipes out all the refuse, it takes away every hindrance that was holding you back. That's why the devil loves you to eat. Especially when you set your face to fast. That's when they want to take you out for lunch for your birthday and pay for it. I'm telling you, you watch the next 3 weeks, I'm telling you, every demonic influence will show up. Promise me, if you remember what I said tonight, just tell that temptation, I know why you came, and you ain't gonna win, because I'm gonna clean this pipe out in the next 3 weeks. More work is done by fasting and prayer than work itself. Save yourself another struggle by fasting and prayer. Write this down. Fasting breaks habits and spiritual bondage. Habits. Now, when we say habits, the first thing you think about is cigarettes and drugs, alcohol. But let me tell you something. There's some habits you got that are destroying your life. Some of you got to break the habit of television. You religiously watch certain programs. LMN. Oxygen. Oh Lord, I get in trouble now. You all need oxygen. You got to get away from that to breathe again. It's amazing. It's a habit and it steals your time. It sucks away your spiritual life. And some of the stuff that's showing that, I tell my wife, I don't like some of these stories. Husband killing wife and then sleeping with the daughter. And I'm like, what is this? My head can't get around this. Feeding stuff to your spirit. You can fast. Coca-Cola. A habit. 10 tablespoons of sugar is in every can of Coke. 10 tablespoons. Did you know that? Every time you drink a Coke, there's enough sugar to give you diabetic reaction. Habit. Oh, but you need your Coke. I can't get started with my Coke. As I call it, cocaine. Fasting breaks habits. You got habits with pornography? When you walk into a fast, I'm talking about a serious fast like this one, and you say, Lord, 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. The Holy Spirit has some power that will break your mental bondage from that stuff. You only can break it with a fast. You keep praying for God to remove things, and they won't go away. You need a fast. Unfaithfulness to your spouse. It's a habit. Fasting, break that thing. Sex. Fasting will bring sex back in order faster than anything else can. The bondage that you are under, prayer alone doesn't break most of that bondage. You need to fast. Number 5, fasting quiets the heart to hear God's voice. You know, when I was a young teenager, when I began to fast, that's when I began to get revelations about the kingdom. 15 years old, I began to fast. And I saw a Bible that my parents never saw. My father comes here and sits on the front row and takes notes while I teach. And my father, he's a Baptist minister. And one time he said to me, son, where do you get all of this from? He He said, you never learned this from our Baptist church. I said, no, sir. I learned this on a fast. God can speak to you things that he cannot speak to you while you're chewing. Do you know every time you eat, it takes 6 hours for your stomach to digest it? Which means that your brain is engaged for 6 hours after you eat and cannot focus on anything else. That's why before you take an exam, you shouldn't eat. Did you know that? You should eat no food before you take an exam. Most people say take it. No, you don't want to eat. You want all of your focus to be on recall. That's why you failed the exam. You ate before you went. I think breakfast and breakfast destroyed your exam. Oh, I'm serious. Your body, once you drop food in your stomach, you think it's over. Your body begins to work after you swallow it. It kicks in. When I was in college, I fasted before every exam. I got honest. Because there's no distraction in the mind when the body is under control. No one taught you this. They didn't teach me either. I had to go learn this. Fasting quiets the heart so you can hear God. It calms down the distractions. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have more peace in your mind the next 3 weeks than any other time in the last 5 years. Because fasting calms your spirit, because your spirit becomes more important than your body, and it takes over. And your spirit ain't got no problems. Did you know that? Only your mind. And when your spirit becomes bigger than your mind and your body, your mind becomes subject to your spirit, and your spirit is full of the peace of the kingdom. It brings quietness. On a fast, after the 8th day, you become very nice to everybody. On the 8th day, some of you have been through this, because all of a sudden your whole life takes on a purity. You see people properly. There's a peace. Half of the time we are angry is because we eat something. It ain't settled with us yet. What's that coconut tart? We eat stuff and we get mad at people for the whole day. Because the whole body is completely confused about trying to get rid of this stuff. And we get irritated. Fasting quiets the heart to hear God's voice. And number 6, fasting brings godly intimacy. Oh,